1 minute, just did I start?
So the batch ID should be in an incremental phase, right?
Yeah. So basically, yeah, we can build that logic. So I was how I build this. It always shows the yeah, that is correct. Batch ID should be the incremental phase that we can modify it. So I was trying to build like whatever the latest batch ID, it will be refreshed in the dashboard. So when we come in the multiple run usage, then yeah, that will not work if you are not incrementing it.
So the producer, I mean, batch ID is coming from the producer only, right?
Not from producer, basically the streaming application. So the
streaming application, yeah. So streaming,
so what
streaming
happens
application
is,
can't be. Yeah, just want to check. Streaming application can't be catchy. What is the batches till now it's loaded? Then from there it may take.
no, how it will work is the batch actually whenever your application, the streaming application stops and restart, right? The new batch ID will generate. Means the batch ID started from when the application is starting. So we have to handle it in our code. So
Okay.
yeah. Yes, we have to update. Yes, we have to handle it in our code only. Okay, so it ran one plus batch. Okay. I think this is got finished or not this. This application, the producer is finished with 100 messages. I don't know that. Only one batch run, right? Okay, let me check this. So there is a streaming web UI. Okay, you can also verify your application status. Okay, let me open that. So when you run it on local mode, I think it is in 4040. Local mode. So there is a you see there is a tab called streaming, structure streaming. You go there. So there used to be a chart. Active streaming queries. These are all still running. Only one batch, I think it is completed. Still we have batch to be completed. Somewhere it's stuck. I don't know whether it's completed. Okay, let's take this. Go to jobs. Nothing is running here. You can also it says actually this batch was processing 25 records. I think still it's running. I don't know. Let me check what is this because of memory. Just give me 1 minute. I'm thinking maybe because if free memory is there, around 1 GB is there. Okay, I will try to publish some more message and see. But you got it right at the what we are doing it here. Any question? Meanwhile, if you have any question, let me know. I will also check this. Yeah, I think there is something stuck there actually. So now it is for batch 3 and it was processing batch 3, 2 and 3. Somehow it is not displayed there. Now you see this, the batch 4 has come and batch 3 result has displayed here. Batch 5 is coming. Maybe my console was stuck. I don't know something. So let's. So 2, 3 all is written here. Any question, or I will show you the. We will start with the at least the how to run our Django application. The explanation will take it up next tomorrow, but I will run and show you how you have to configure and run. Can we move forward, or you have any other question on this?
Yeah, we can. No, I don't have anything from my side.
Okay, so we'll come back to the Django application. So if you look at our the document, right, the ecom real-time case study project setup.v1. Okay, so Rani, Magendra, you asked, right, the memory parameters. We will take it up next class. Okay, so even if it extends, I will set up one more class also. I will explain you. Okay.
Thanks, Paul.
At least I want to complete the flow, and then we'll add whatever the add-on topics we want to include. We will add it.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so I'm going to run this the Django dashboard. Yeah. Run real. So line number 80, where we say run real-time dashboard application, right? So now let me open that. So you see there's a project called real-time underscore chart. It's a Django based application. First, we need to you just to make sure you configure the virtual environment and you install the respective packages. If not, just go to this folder. I will open one more window or somehow this is not written. Okay, we will debug. Actually, why raw data is not written, I will debug it. it should be written. Okay, we will check that. So let's go to this directory, and you will have recommend.txt file here. Just say, let me activate my virtual directory. DataMaking environments. DataMaking, and then activate. Then you can say pip3 or install -or, and then requirements. Alright, so we installed the packages. Right. Since I already ran before running our streaming application, last class actually we ran, right? So it installed all the packages. Now, so if you look at the root directory of real-time chart, so you will find one more folder, real-time chart. Actually, this is the Django project. One Django project can have multiple applications. So I created an application called chart. Okay, so inside chart only I have the dashboard application. So when you want to run your Django application, wherever you have manage.py, or you have to give the path of your manage.py to run your Django application. So say Python manage.py. If you're running from different location, just give the path of manage.py and say run server. So Django has a inbuilt development server which will run your application on the port number 8080. Okay, so whether I can access from here 192.168,000. I can connect from VM. Let me run this way 0.0.0.0 colon 8,000. Okay, now it is this is not allowed host. So basically, all your IP address where you are going to run this Django application, you have to specify in the one of the configuration property. Okay, so there is a settings.py in Django application. Probably people who are very new to Django application, just read out just a high level about the Django application. Okay, so otherwise I will give you a walkthrough on Django application tomorrow. But if you have time, you just go through that. But again, this dashboard we can actually build if you are familiar with any reporting tools, right? Because we're just going to consume the data from the MySQL. The only thing is your dashboard should have functional to refresh every certain interval, like we set for 5 seconds. So you can make your dashboard to refresh every 5 seconds so that it will get the latest batch and show it in the dashboard. So you can use any reporting tool as well. Since I used, I want to just try it in Django application, I just tried that. So for this issue, what you have to do is just take this IP address and then whatever IP getting generated in your machine also, just go to the, okay, so open it and I think go to the project folder, which is the real-time charts. This is the application folder. Just remember that this is a so this is the project folder. So if you go to project folder, real-time chart. You will see settings.py. Open settings.py, and you will see there's a here allowed host equal to, there is a list of allowed host you can provide in a comma separator. Just put here IP address. And save this. Now go back, one step back. Now I should be able to access this. Yeah. So it's not showing anything. Let's wait for 5 seconds. So if you put MySQL. So we have to show the latest batch was 8. At least one card information should show.
Do we need to refresh the browser?
No, no need to refresh. It's automatic.
So yeah, even already existing data need to be shown.
Yeah, shown. I think there is some one thing is there. Let me check it in VM as well. There are a couple of things you have to make sure. I'll try it here. Okay, this. Okay. There's something not coded. Okay. Okay, I will add one more this local host also there in the settings.py. To charts. Sorry. Okay, so basically it uses the WebSocket. Okay, so WebSocket is running on in the localhost with particular port number. So internally, what happens is the browser talks to the WebSocket. The WebSocket in turns queries the data from the Django views. Okay, so here kind of there is a multiple handshake is going on inside this dashboard. This the browser talks to the WebSocket talks to the web server to get the data. So all this. So WebSocket also learns on the localhost. So it was not able to communicate IPs. Let's add localhost. I'll throw it in a VM. Otherwise, I have to go and change the WebSocket IP address also. Okay, so I will tell you that. And also we are using something called Redis here. We will talk about this also. This might be one reason also it's not running. So I will explain you. We need to talk about WebSocket and Redis. Okay, so in this Django application, I'm using it. People are very new to these terminologies. Just bear with me. I will give whatever information I have, and also you can also parallelly go through from the web. Yes, all right. Over it. Yeah. So I will run it from local mode first at least. Then let's see. nh.py. Okay, I will just open it in here only. Okay, you see this now at 16th second it refreshed once, and 21st second again refreshing it, right? Now we will publish the data. I'm also printing the console. If you see the console, what are the data I'm retrieving it. This is the Django application console. Let me go and close this. We will publish some more data. Otherwise, I'll just change it. Keep it for a long time. I'll put some 10K. Okay, so now we come to this MySQL. Let's see. Okay, so we have a latest to us. The 9th batch also come. So 31st second and 36 seconds also there's no, the latest updates were not. Now in the see, if you look at the MySQL, okay, so we have 3, right? Latest batch.
No, we have almost six.
Yeah, it is refresh.
Cards.
Yes, yeah, it refresh. Maybe that particular second not changing. So let's see other. On 6th second there is no. Probably I don't know how to. Or we will open MySQL here. I will open here itself.
So is it an aggregated of previous batches data also, or it is only the latest batch information?
Latest batch information. So we can also do the so aggregated one also. We have to write the logic. So I told you, right, in the save batch logic, we have to write that. Save MySQL, it's a method called save MySQL, right? So there are 2 ways you can achieve it. One is streaming side, you can achieve that aggregate between different batches. Okay, for that we have to use something called window operation. Okay, or you can achieve it in the MySQL side. Okay, so like when you write into the MySQL. I'll come to that. I'll come to that. Use this is showing card type, right?
So when the streaming is stopped, okay, the Kafka producer is stopped. So the dashboard will have the latest data in the screen,
Yes,
or
yes.
it will go as a 0.
No, later, because always it will, what we are doing is every 5 seconds the WebSocket goes and reads the data from the, it makes the API call and reads from the MySQL based on the latest batch. It's a max of a batch ID and get the result. That's what it does. I'll show you the code when it comes.
Okay.
It just always take the latest batch data.
Good.
Now you see the 17th batch data, and master code was this one, 17107. We'll wait for the next batch. Okay. There's some lag is there, actually, some little lag is there, right? Initially this first bar is coming, then later the other bars are coming. Okay, so
can we display the batch or the batch name also, or batch number also?
Yes, you can display.
So that it will be easy whether we are able to see the same or not. That easily will be compared.
Yes, we can. Anyway, the count is same. So if you look at the American Express is 14448. You see the 1448. That was the last batch, 19th. Yeah, we can display the batch ID also. Not issue. Okay. All right. So okay, now we want to do the aggregate, right? Now let's go back to the. I will tell you few information about here, and you also please go through the these topics, right? So if you just, I would all of you, I suggest to go through this link, the structure streaming guide, which is official documentation. If you already have gone through, it's good. It's one of the good document to go through, right? So whatever we did, it's more of this. So we, for every trigger interval, we just take the data and do the aggregate. Okay. And you see that I told you there is a mode we use update. Okay. You see in the code. Okay, where are we? Here. When we are okay, so this is
Line number 138.
130. Yeah, this update mode is there, and where is for each? Yeah, the for each also we are using update mode. Okay, what is that? Is basically streaming application has three modes. One is a complete mode, and open mode, and update mode. What they say is whenever you see, whenever the stream is coming, right, as an input, there is something called unbounded table. Okay, means the table gets growing and the new data, right? So whether you want, say example, if you want to take the entire data set and dump it to sync, so you can use a complete mode. So it will take entire data set from the unbounded table. That is called complete mode. But the only thing is you cannot do the aggregate on complete mode because it has what to say, because it's the entire data set will be there, right? Append mode is always gets the new data. When you use append, you can actually do whatever operation you want to do. Only you can do with new data. Okay, so update mode is, say example, you you have the data. Again, say example, you take order, right? You take an order example. If you make any changes in the order, right, the update comes, right? So you want to consider in the next interval, you want to consider that updated data also to be taken out. Otherwise, if you use append mode, if it finds the order ID is repeated, it will ignore it in the append mode because it always takes only the new data. Append mode takes only new data, and update mode you will have new data with updated data. Complete mode, all the data will be there. So you have to play with these different modes in the streaming application. Okay, in the append mode you cannot do the aggregate. For that we have to use some workaround. Something called watermark is there. Okay, that is one thing. Next thing is window operation, right? So you want to aggregate different batches, right? That is called window operations. Yeah, window operation. See, when you want to aggregate, even the aggregate can be certain time limit only. You cannot like go and do the aggregate for n number of batches, right? So you have to set the, apart from batch interval, you have to set the window interval, something called window. Say example, last 30 minutes I want to aggregate. My window size is last 30 minutes. or last 5 minutes. Say example, my batch interval in our case is 5 seconds. So I can set window interval 1 minute or 5 minutes. So every time I can just on particular batch time interval, say at a time what is the time interval here? So at 12:10, I can go and fetch, or I can go and do the aggregate on last 5 minutes. So whatever the last 5 minutes batches are there, I can go and do the aggregate. So we have to use something called this window operations. This is one way to achieve it in the streaming side. If you want to do it from the, say, whatever the data written in, so you get a new batch, so you have already the aggregate data in the your persistent storage like MySQL. So you can also do the join and do the aggregate. That is also possible. That is, you are handling it in the as a batch way. If you want to have it, do it in a streaming way, we have to use the same this Windows operations. Did
Thanks,
you
Parag.
address your question? Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Parag.
Okay, so this is how the whole the application, this data pipeline application works, right? So from the starting from a producer to the dashboard. Okay, so tomorrow we will I will explain you the all the code. Just read about what is Django channels, and then probably just what is WebSocket, and so that's enough. The main thing is just read about what is Django, how the Django framework works, and this WebSocket. So those two are the new things I'm going to tell. Okay. If you have any other question, we can take it up. From at least the code explanation perspective, I'll just stop till this point. I will walk through this code entire the Django application code tomorrow.
Do we have triggers in Spark streaming? Like Dataflow is having triggers actually.
What is that?
Trigger.
Trigger. I see triggers when you say you like SQL triggers.
No. Okay. Windowing is there. Okay, not a problem. Yeah. Yeah. So Pari, actually.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah. So there is a triggers in Dataflow. Okay.
Dataflow.
So triggers means, triggers determine when to emit aggregated result as data arrive. By default, results are emitted when the watermark passes and the end of the window. You can use it. Okay. I will go through it and then I will connect. Okay.
Watermark is something like there is a concept in watermark in Spark structure streaming, that is to handle the late events. Okay, say example, now time is 8:55. Okay, so we are processing this more of this orders data, right? Okay, so there is a transaction happened at 8:30. Okay, but the data is 8:30 transaction happened, so at least we should have got at 8:35, or we have based on the batch interval you said, or trigger interval you said, the data would have arrived, but somehow the data is not arrived, but it is arriving at 8:55. Okay, for your application, say you are building always your aggregate shows on dashboard for last 5 minutes, right? So if at 8:55 I would have processed the data from 8:50 to 8:55. That's how my aggregate dashboard should show. But the one event is coming which is happened on 8:30. Okay, so whether you want to consider that, actually we should avoid, because our dashboard functionalities always should show the last 30 minutes transaction. If I include that, then the dashboard will be incorrect, right? Okay, the transaction happened, that is correct, but the dashboard is incorrect because it's not the aggregate of last 5 minutes. It's also include the previous, the older data aggregate also. So if you want to avoid that, we have to use the watermark. So
Okay.
yeah, so in the watermark, you have to mention what is your interval. So if the interval is crosses that limit, so then it will not consider. So and your data set should have the timestamp field because it's based on the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, again, it's streaming again. It's kind of high level in again another like big topic. So there are many concepts. So as well as the more functional, more requirements you handle, right? So probably you will be using those concepts. It's all based on the requirement of application we are building it.
I am asking one question that this is the outside of this niche course actually.
No problem. No
So
problem.
are you planning to bring similar type of projects in future as well? Because this is very good actually, and the project-based study is really good actually.
Yeah, I will consider. I will consider your request. Probably.
Yeah, maybe any medical means like finance, medical, such type of data. Means e-commerce is definitely is
Yeah, retail data is
order.
why I chosen
Yeah.
this is people easy
This is
can
the
understand. Yeah, easy
right.
can understand, and we can easily simulate it. Actually, what the most I was trying to build different. Even I want to build a different solution. Only thing is the data source is not there, or probably the functionality I am not very exposed to that. So
Yeah, maybe like finance or health domain or something which is the more prominent in the right. So
correct.
I think data sets maybe we can I'm not sure may get from the Kaggle or some data providers will be there, right, to get
So actually, yeah, we will probably will try it out. But actually, I mostly my data set, or I was actually even this was I'm looking at any similarities is fine. This point of view, I was looking for any stream data set which is available in open source. I thought of taking it, but somehow I did not find out. We'll see in the future.
we will we will also try to search if we have any at least a sample.